What up? On our way to the abode. Another day of work in the books. We are on the episode 120 of the Tap In What's Happening. It's good to be back again, my friends. Nobody's here yet, but eventually you will get here. And once you arrive, all I need is one. All I need is one person to have a conversation with. I mean, I can talk by myself. That's not a problem. But, you know, as the scriptures do say, where two or more are gathered, that is where my spirit is. And I think when it says two or more gathered, I don't think it just meant physically. It could be over the phone. It could be over these airwaves. But when you have an audience, when you know you have an audience, it gives you the tendency to perform. You know what I mean? So that's what we're here for. It has been wet, man. These past week and a half. This is the third day. Well, it wasn't storming as much today. In the morning it was, though. The morning was pretty bad. The morning was like hurricane status. This morning was probably like, even though it wasn't all day, this is probably like the most rain we've had in a relatively short amount of time. And it's just pretty much raining all day. Like somebody's pushing the weather control button somewhere, doing something. And it's crazy because I was leaving my lady's house. In the town she lives in, it's a lot of trees. So as soon as I go to turn, I'm driving. I mean, like the rain was so thick, you had to have your headlights on. Some dummies be driving with their headlights. Your headlights is not for you to see; it's for you to be seen during the day if it's rainy and cloudy and foggy. And so other people can see you. At any rate, I'm driving, doing my thing. All of a sudden, I just see out of my peripheral vision, my upper peripheral vision, big, huge branch. Which was slowly falling and cascading, and I'm older, but I ain't that old, so I still got my reflexes. So I saw the branch coming down. I just did a quick bank to the left and a quick bank to the right back. And of course, somebody was tailgating me because people, even if it's freaking raining for 40 days and 40 nights, there's always going to be some dumbass that wants to drive directly behind you for some strange reason. What's up, swing dog? So, well, I made it through. I survived. And then it was just so much flooding and so much raining, going over huge puddles and stuff like that. My check battery light kept coming on. My charge light on my dash kept coming on and off from my car. I never saw that. So I'm like, man, I just put all this money into this car. I'm going to need another. I have to take care of something else mechanical. And so I looked it up, but it would come on for a little bit, the charge battery light, then it would go away. Come on, go away. I looked it up on AI, and it said there's so much water that it's probably splashing on my serpentine belts, which basically turn the alternator, and it's not powering the alternator. And basically, once the alternator goes, your car runs exclusively just on battery power, and that can only last for like 15 minutes. Fortunate enough, it wasn't a solid charged red light. It wasn't a solid like battery charged light, which is red. It was intermittent. It was flickering. So once the rain eased up a little bit, it stopped flickering. But I'm like, man, I just dropped almost like 2,000. Man, come on, man. I'm trying to rock this car until I got enough money to flat out buy another car, cash. We don't want no note, and then the car runs fine. I just got to take care of it. That's all. The tire rotation, the wheels, and all that, you know. But I was ready, man. You know, I did not look at the forecast. I didn't. It's crazy. When I was sleeping, I heard it raining like crazy, but I just wasn't paying attention. Fortunate enough, though, I got I had the right boots in the car for the rain. I got both my raincoats in the car. I got my waterproof gloves. So unlike the other time, I think the Wet Wednesday episode I did, this episode, I was ready. So if we learn anything, man, it's all about being ready for your environment. Now, I really don't got much to say. You understand what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little down, a little I'm going to be doing something new as I develop my book. I don't know if I said this before, but I want to go live. I want to stream live while I'm working on the book. Hey, what up, Parker? But when I work on it, I'm not going to be talking to y'all. I'm not going to be interacting. I'm gonna just show the process. I'm not even going to show you the book. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I may make comments here and there, or I may mention the name of a chapter, but I want to record myself writing a book, putting together a book. So it's going to be a new series. It's going to be literally called The Tap In, As Below, So Above, Creating the Manuscript, or something like that. I don't know. I come up with something, the writing process. I come up with something. The book is pretty much written. I'm just editing and putting it together, you know, because I'm taking the words as below, so above. The book, the philosophy book I'm putting together, it comes from the Tap In, from this podcast. Anything that I've talked about in these for like 6 or 7 months, a lot of it is philosophical. I was thinking about writing a book, and as much as I talk, the book is already written. I just got to take my words from the video and put it on page, put it on the screen to put it on page. So the book is written. I just have to edit the book. You get what I'm saying? If I got to add something, I got to add something. If I have to make the words more concise, I'll make them more concise. But it's going down, man. It's going down. I'm gonna start today. You know, I'm gonna start today. Hey, what up, May is the best. YT. Okay. What's going on, man? Hey, all y'all need to put that. If y'all watching me, help me. I'm shadow banned. I'm always shadow banned, especially since I've been doing my COVID jokes as of late. They claim that, like Google and Meta, they claim that they were lifting all those restrictions. They have not. They have not. I still can't be free. I still can't talk the way I want to talk without getting suppressed. So I would ask anybody that's watching this right now, help me out. Just like it, share, subscribe, hit the hype button, click the bell notification so you know exactly when I go live. You know what I mean? Do that for your boy. Do that for Mo Green, man. That's just disheartening when you see so many people online being so successful, making so much money, and you don't even want to be as rich as them. You don't want to be as successful. You just want to get just a little sliver, not even a piece of the pie. Let me get a crumb from the pie. I don't even need the fruit compote. I don't even need the crust. Just give me a little crumb. Nope. I can't have nothing. My TikTok been stuck on like 7,030, with it between 7,030, 7,045 for like 3 years. And I post all the time. It don't make no sense. But hey, it is what. Maybe it's just not meant for me to blow up on these platforms. Maybe that's just what it is, man. It's like no matter how much I do, what I change, it just stays where it is. So don't fight it. This will give me the opportunity to just focus on other things. I'm always going to post. I'm always going to put stuff on my social media. But if I'm not being allowed to blow up or eat off of this, but I still eat in other ways, you can't force a square peg into a round hole. But can you fit a round peg into a square hole? Probably not. He says, do I support Donald Trump? If I did it or if I didn't, how would that affect you? How would that change your life if I did or if I did not? See, I think the one bad thing about the age generation that we didn't really see in the 80s generation and the 90s is that people kept their political affiliations private. I think once we went more public with our political affiliations, I think things just got worse. Some things need not be said or publicized. Instead of asking, who do you support? The better lead off is, I support so and so and such and such. Because you don't care who I support. You just care if I support who you do, or you just only care if I support who you support. You only care if I believe what you potentially believe. That's why you ask that question. To me, it just makes more sense to make a definitive statement. I support so and so, and then see how I react to that. And either I say, I do too, or I say, hey man, that's good for you. You know, I support anything that's going to drive positivity. There's some things I like about Trump, there's some things I don't. There ain't too much I like about him. You know what? We're not even going to go there. There's some things I like about him and some things I don't. You know, that's like with anything in life, you know. What's crazy is, like, you ask somebody if they support somebody, right? And if their answer either makes you really happy or makes you really upset, especially from a stranger, like somebody you don't know, what does that say about your life? If you need validation from strangers, people that you don't know, what does that say about your life, man? Now, I could be wrong. You might be a supporter of Trump, and that's why you ask the question. But then again, to me, when you support something, you don't ask if somebody else does. You just say it. You just say, hey, I support so-and-so and such and such. And then let the chips fall where they may. And it's not even like, hello. It's not a greetings. It's not I love your material. There's no introduction like, hey, I'm so-and-so such and such. You know, I like your content. I like the thumbnail, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't you think the nice thing to do when you come into somebody's world that you don't know, the nice thing would be to greet them? Hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey, hi. Say hello first before you interrogate them. Now, like this is an open forum. Like my YouTube, it's not private. So it's the equivalent of an open backyard party, right? So you're hearing the music, you like what you see. That's why you came to this backyard. You know, I'm always going to have some food, in a metaphorical sense, some food, some drinks, some good. So, you know, my type of music, but you like the music that you was hearing. That's why you pulled up. When you go to the free backyard party, when you like the vibe or whatever, the first thing you don't do is start grilling the person that owns it. No pun intended. He grilling for you. You know what I mean? You don't go into the open party talking about, yo, y'all Trump supporters. I'm a supporter of logic. Anybody that follows my podcast, this is episode 120. If you follow me all this time, you would know not to even ask that question. You would know how I feel about reality in general, politics, religion, race. You would know how I felt about all those things, and how I just feel like all of it is a superficial construct and just a temporary experience to embrace as much as we possibly can. But it's all going to dissipate and fade, and we're going to become something else. So why get so married to something that's temporary? As the scriptures say, store your treasures up in heaven. And I like quoting the Bible because that's the esoteric book that I know the most, even though I don't adhere to it, but it has good ideas that it lifted and plagiarized from other esoteric writings. I don't know the titles of those other esoteric writings, so until I learn that, and maybe I should learn more of that, this is what I use. You know. Hey, but we ain't gonna talk much today. I just wanted to check in real quick. Be safe out there, especially if you're in the New England area, because it's been raining cats and dogs, and people are still driving like it's dry outside, man. And as I say to all my young and up and coming comedians, there's no such thing as writer's block. If the comedy guys have not given you anything new to scribe on that page, it is their way of telling you to work out and work on the things they already gave you. Stay away from the gossip, stay away from the rumors, stay away from the nonsense, stay away from the negativity, stay away from the foolishness, focus on the funny, and lead with love. Because life is not something that happens in spite of you. Life is an experience for you to behold. So get to beholding. Know this one was quick and short, but hopefully, you know, dropped enough jewels. And enjoy your Monday. See y'all mañana. Peace.